trying to find a place here last year. Now you're in a spot where it looks like you have a chance to start. Kind of where do you think you are in terms of your spot on this roster, and how exciting would it be if you did get a start?
Well, number one, I just want to give all thanks to God for putting me in a position and allowing me to continue my career. And just number one, they know what I can do as far as when it comes to special teams. And two, they also see and know what I can do on defense as well. And me being here during the training camp this year gave me the opportunity, and during the offseason gave me the opportunity to learn the playbook and it'll be a lot more confident in the play calls so I can go out and compete at a high level. I look at myself as the ultimate competitor, so with me having that advantage of, learning the playbook from day one all the way through training camp, that gives me an upper hand, a great opportunity to go out there and just showcase my skill and show how consistent I am. And with last year, me playing, a lot of those times that I did play was kind of like me learning on the fly type of deal. And I believe, and you just check the film for itself and show that I stepped up in a big way each and every opportunity I got last year. And I'm just trying to further that and be consistent.
I know a lot of people talked about the cornerback position as a whole, and if you guys are going to add anybody, kind of how do you view that perspective? And when people ask if something's going to be added, how do you kind of take on it?
Well, just number one, I don't listen to none of that stuff, to be honest. I don't really care. We got the ultimate faith and trust in our group of guys that we got. As y'all can see, if y'all been watching a lot of the training camp of what's been going on, we've been making plays. No bust coverages like that, and we've been consistent, and we just growing and gelling with each other. So I don't know if it's just guys want a big name guy to hang a hat on just to say, oh, we got such and such, but nah, we believe in the guys that we got here, and whatever that core guys are, that's what we rolling with.
That seems like it's been a steady theme coming out of that run for a while. But Murph said it the other day, like, I don't care what anybody thinks, we believe in all of us, and strength in that is pretty powerful when you talk about what that really means.
That facts. Yeah, we're brothers, you know what I'm saying? We've gone to war out there with each other each and every day. So, it's not to say whatever they do up the front office, that's their, whatever their prerogative is. But as far as what we got and what we know that we have in our room, we going to fight and battle for each other each and every day. And we deserve that type of respect because we put it on each and every day. And if y'all been seeing in practice, we've been showing exactly how good we are together and how well we mesh together. And we're just brothers competing.
Cameras caught you last year. I think it was after the Vikings game doing the backflip on the field. Has that been done before or since?
Nah, man. It was just one of the spare in the moment type of deals. I was just overwhelmed, having a lot of gratitude, just for me, hadn't being released, in Tampa and coming here. I was on the practice squad. Thank God, I didn't miss any games. I was elevated every game, and just having that overwhelming sense of like gratitude and just being thankful and excited in that moment because that game Marco went down, and that was the second game of the year, and I got thrown in the fire like, hey, go play. I'm like, all right, bet. And we came out with the win, and I got my hand on the ball I think once or twice, and just making plays and having fun and enjoying the game. I've been in the game for a while now, and I enjoy it now. Just from where I came from in my earlier years, I enjoy this game a lot. So it was just a spare of the moment type of deal, and it just came out.
Some people do like high fives, fist pumps. You do backflips when you get.
Well, like I said, it was a spare of the moment. I won't say that it'll happen again. I don't know. It just kind of came out of nowhere. But nah, man, I was just extremely happy, just to get the win, especially in the fashion that we did get it.
Antonio, how tough has this road been for you to make it to this point in your career?
Well, it's been extremely tough, I was a walk-on in college. I was undrafted. Almost every year I've been in the league, I've been the last corner on the depth chart, so I've always had to fight my way all the way up. And I never had any handouts and was never any gimmies. Everything that I've gotten in this league, I've earned it through and through. And I'm going to continue to do it until I'm able to, take care of my family in the way that I want to take care of. Like, I really want to retire my mom. I've been in the league for 7 years, and I haven't gotten that opportunity yet. But, I trust in God, and whatever that's going to be for me is going to be for me. And I'm just going to keep fighting and keep clawing at this thing until I get what I want.
Antonio, you're from a very small town. It's like 2,500 people, I think.
Yeah. Small town in Johnston, man. Yeah.
Are you the only NFL player to come out of there?
No. actually my oldest brother, Jakar Hamilton, he played in the league for 2 years with the Dallas Cowboys. I want to say back in 2013 or 2012 and 2013. That was the 2 years that he was in. So me and him are the only two out of the town of Johnston, South Carolina, and we just going to, I'm just carrying in the torch, and I'm going to continue to represent for my small town of Johnston, the peach capital of the world. You know what I mean? Just Google it. That's what we do.
You just got through saying that most of the time you're the last cornerback on the depth chart. So I know you already kind of talked about this, but now again, the chance to be atop the depth chart has got to be pretty fulfilling for you.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, like I said, I've put in the work. I'm just showing how consistent I am day in and day out, and with me getting the opportunity to, to learn the playbook as well as I did during the offseason, it just solidifies what I do. I'm not necessarily going out there to compete against anybody to take somebody's job. That's not what I do. That's not my mindset. I go out there and try to get better 1% each and every day at what I do and master my craft, and I let, whatever else that shows up, I let that work itself out, and I just continue to grind and be a dog as I am.
Along those lines, what is it like? You talked about kind of you guys are all brothers in that room. Obviously, Marco's had some ups and downs. What kind of advice do you give him? Are you a mentor to him? How does that kind of work?
Well, number one, I mentor everybody. Like I said, I've been in this league for a while, and I've seen a lot of things. So I've never been the type of guy that feel like, oh, I'm competing for a position, so I'm not going to try to help anybody. No, I try to do my best to help each and every person out there on that field. If we have the same, uniform on, and even the opposing teams after the games, I give whatever advice and input that I got because I've been around the game for a while. I've seen a lot of things, and I just try to share my wisdom, with those guys, and what they do with it, that's up to them. But I just try to do as I can, and just be as great of a teammate as I possibly can.
Is there something to be said for being maybe underrated or under the radar as a defense, as a cornerback group in general?
Say that again. Say it one more time.
Something you could use as motivation to be referred to maybe by outsiders as underrated as a defense, underrated or under the radar as a cornerback group?
Well, we don't look at each other, as that. But if they want to make us the underdogs, I'm all for it. We carry that chip. You know what I mean? That just makes it even better for us. You know what I mean? Going into each and every game, knowing that if y'all think that we're going to be the slouch of this team, then y'all got another thing coming.
How about from a team perspective about learning how to finish? Because the last 2 years it was a rough sledding in the second half. Things kind of spiraled a little bit. And I know it's been talked about as a team perspective. How do you think you guys can solve that, take that next step, finish strong so you're going into the playoffs strong?
Well, first, it always starts with self first. I can't speak for each and every individual. I can only speak for me. So when it comes to that, I just know that each and every day, whatever it comes down to, I have to work on being 1% better if I can take that approach, and then we all can take that approach each and every day, we'll get what we want and we'll get what we deserve.
What were some of her jobs growing up that got you?
Growing up, man, my mama did a number of things. She was a manager one time at a Zaxby's. That's like a fast food restaurant. She worked at a grocery store called IGA. She's a nurse, RN, at Doctors Hospital. She used to work at University Hospital. She used to work for Housing Authority. And when we were younger, we used to go with her and clean houses with her. And we did my mom did so much stuff. Like my mom, she's a very big role model to me, and whether I voice that enough or not, I love my mom to death because what she instilled in me is hard work, and she always had a job. My mom never made any excuses, it was four of us. She worked her behind off, and as I got older, I did the same thing. I worked a number of jobs. I went to a lot of temp services when I was in high school. I always had a job and was doing something. I never was looking for any handouts, and nor did I make any excuses for my situation. And like I said, I've been the underdog for mostly all of my life. I only had a half of a scholarship when I came out, and I was signed to the University of Pikeville. And then I left there and transferred and walked on at South Carolina State. So all I know is grind. All I know is work. And that's what I'm going to continue to do until my time is done here in the NFL. And after that, I'm going to continue to work and grind some more, whether it be in a church community or just in my community at all in itself. It was amazing, man. It was very humbling just to get something like that. I'm an extremely humble guy to a certain, I think of myself as, I don't like talking about myself really that much, but, it just wasn't for me. Even though my name was on it, that was a testament to the whole community because I give back to my community. I do like a free youth football camp. During COVID, I gave out a lot of money to help with families that were in need. Thanksgivings, I give out food as well. And so that's a community, even though my name was on it, that's like a community key to the city because I wouldn't have got a key to the city, had the community not backed me and helping me, do the things that I've done for my community.
You said you enjoy the game now, but did you still enjoy it as much early in your career? It's been a tough road for you.
Yeah, honestly, no, I didn't. Like I said, like it was very tough for me, like being that last corner in the room, the game. It's not to say that it's not all about what you earn per se, but it all can come down to a numbers game. You can be the last person on the depth chart as far as being on a 53-man roster. Like I've been blessed. I've been on a 53-man roster pretty much all my career. Even though I was on practice squad last year for the 3 weeks, I still played in every game, so I didn't miss out on anything. But early on, you can be that 53rd person on that depth chart, but it says somebody get hurt. They need another guy to come in to get that position. You're the next one in line to get released. So each and every day, I felt like, man, I could lose my job at any given point in time. And instead of me, having that mindset of like, I'm good enough, I'm here, I was kind of looking at it like, man, I just got to take, gimme type of deal because I got to make sure I'm doing what I need to do to take care of my family. And I didn't really enjoy it. And I didn't really cherish a lot more the relationships because I was just looking at everybody as like, I got to take a job from you. I got to take your spot. And then, as time grows, you grow too as a man as well. And after looking back and seeing like, dang, man, like, God, I thank you for putting me in those positions because I wasn't relying on you. I was only relying on myself, and I was looking at myself as I had to carry the world, but I didn't. You know what I mean? If I would have leaned more on the older guys, because I had a pretty good, solid group of older guys, and like just shout out to guys like T.J. Carey, Nate Allen, Reggie Nelson. Those guys, they kind of showed me how to be a pro, and I kind of took it and went with it, and made whatever adjustments I had to with myself. And then once I kind of started figuring things out, I started to enjoy the game a lot more and have more of appreciation, even with my position that I haven't played that much ball. I was like, man, maybe, if it's not meant for me to, just to be, a glorious whatever player, maybe it's in for me to, instill stuff into the younger guys and, help push them along and make them great. So, like I said, I'm not a selfish player. I'm not a selfish person by any means. I'm team first, and I'm an ultimate competitor. But whatever I can to help my brother out that's next to me, I'm going to do it. And that's just the person that I am.